Hugh. What's going on, guys? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the stream, man. This is Obe TA, where we take a look at the charts on anything, really. Crypto, stocks, commodities, indices. Doesn't really matter. Whatever has a chart, you can apply the analysis to it and try to spot a good opportunity, right? That's why you guys are here, to find the opportunities to become learned in the ancient ways. Let's go. All right, let me turn this down here for a sec. There we go. All right, welcome, guys. Hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Hope you've had a good start to the week. Let's just dive in, man. This is an interactive stream. If you guys have anything you want me to take a look at, just throw it in the chat. I'll be happy to do a little live analysis for you, all free, whatever, man. Just, yeah, man, we're here to have a good time and look at some charts, right? So let's start off with Bitcoin, as always, the big daddy. Let's move it to the daily, all right? So the daily candle that just closed about, 0.75% up, okay? Whoop-de-doo, who cares? But the important thing about it, what's nice about it, while it is kind of an indecision candle, it is above that high that we've needed to stay above since we started selling off in like late January, right? So we closed above it again. Now we are seeing, I guess, a slight pullback. We could see it a little more drastically, I guess, if you want to call it that, on the 4 hour. But we could come down and just test this point as support before going again. All right, but moving to the daily, there's no bearish divergence or anything, right? So there's no sign of sellers getting exhausted here. The hidden bearish divergence is wiped out on the daily as well because you have that higher high going on. Okay, so, dude, things for Bitcoin they look pretty good right now. All right, can we get some excitement, some hype in the chat for that? Danny, I see that you're here. Who else is here, man? Say hello, say hi. Don't be shy. Okay, I'm a nice guy. But yeah, man, you're above that high, which is exactly what you needed to do. And you're seemingly holding it, right? You were below it during the day today, and then you came up and closed above. That's a good sign. You've got that lower wick going on. Good, man. How's that? I don't know what you're asking that about, if I'm being honest. I feel like I said a lot of stuff right there. So if you could specify for me, I can give you a better answer. But yeah, so again, on the daily, man, there's nothing crazy going on with Bitcoin as far as drastic selling. Again, that hidden bearish divergence is wiped out. We go ahead, take a look. I mean, you've broken out of that major upper trend line that we had back from November 10th. Okay, so dude, all good things coming. All right. Let's move to the 4 hour, see what's going on a little bit more locally here. So, again, we had the flag back here, right around February 5th, a few days ago. The measured move of that thing, if we just want to be a little bit conservative even and put it to this candle down here, right? You measure it to the breakout, or the top of the flag. Throw it on top of the breakout, puts you up around 47,576. And really, what we're looking at here as far as the daily, because when you get a rally like this, this really is a good sign, especially after taking out this high over here. A good sign that the bottom is in and that we are back in an uptrend, right? We're going to have pullbacks and stuff, but what we want to see is them start to come down and hold these levels as support again before continuing to run. But as far as the daily is concerned, you're not overbought on the RSI on the daily. You're not overbought on the 4 hour. I don't think you're not even overbought on the 1 hour, right? So if this thing does decide to continue, it's definitely got the room to do so. I know it's been up a lot lately, but dude, it's got room. And we've seen in the past how high this can get up. I mean, we can get up to 90 on the RSI during these uptrends. So yeah, man, good stuff. But let's go ahead, move it back to the 4 hour here. I want to see what we've got going on. again, just kind of consolidation with negative momentum building, right? So in a way, just local divergence going on here. You know, it was going down into the negative and yet sideways, right? You're definitely not anywhere near the previous low that we had back at like 41,000. So let's get the moving averages on here. A golden cross, right? So while we were talking about the death crosses before, on the 4 hour, we now have a golden cross going on. That's when the 50-day moving average, this blue line, crosses over the purple to the upside, right? The death cross is to the downside. I'm not going to give too much weight to that, but dude, just multiple bullish things happening to lend to the argument that we're heading back to the upside, man. It's good. Okay, so now we start treating this high as support before rallying again. Okay, there was no bearish divergence or anything on the 4 hour. Let's move it to the hourly just because hanging on to the 50-day moving average. This is good too, right? So when we see stuff like this, when we have a little bit of a low back here, right, it sells off, creates a lower low. But then we get a higher low on the next pump, and now we're above the 50-day moving average and above that historical horizontal support. Dude, it's pretty dang good. So we can expect, this is the hourly chart, right? So don't put too much weight on it, but to hold the 50-day moving average, it's now going to act as support, hopefully, and the prior historical high that we needed to get above. So if we can bounce off of this high and hold this, really, and confirm it as support, this thing could get absolutely nutty. All right, when you get kind of confirmation like that in the market off of such a significant high, good things can happen. Death cross, golden cross, yeah, man, cross country. Anybody been watching the Winter Olympics, dude? How about the skiing cross country? That stuff's insane. My favorite sport is probably curling to watch, to be honest with you. It just gets me for some reason. That's right, dude. Let's get nutty. Someone's going to drain your accounts. I don't know what that means, man. I get it. You're always trying to be protecting and watch my back, but I feel like it's always, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about there. It's like I mentioned the country I live in, and you're like, hey, dude, someone's going to steal your stuff, bro. Whoa. I know you got my back, Danny. I appreciate it, man. Let's get nutty. That's right, dude. Let's give you guys some spins. Danny, Nick, happy to see you guys. We'll be covering, I feel like you're going to get half my message. So, who wants that? I'll give it to Nick because he hasn't been here as much. All right, nice. Entei, what's up? I don't know why you guys aren't. Oh, there we go. A little bit delayed. All right, Danny, spin you. I spared you the peasant on that round, so let's go. Okay, you got it. All right, that's Nick and Danny, both peasants. Tag. Oh, so close. And I'll give it one to myself. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Godlike.
Your boy gets Zeus. No big deal. Goat of goats. No big deal. And as Zeus, I can do even more lightning, right? I can just do as much... Oh, I can make it snow. Whoops. I can make it lightning. Yeah. You're all peasants here, and I am the god. All right. Oh, we got the rigged wheel back. Nice. Yeah, okay, dude. Whatever. All right. Nobody can just be happy for me, right? But, dude, this is some good-looking stuff here, okay? This is like an inverted head and shoulders kind of structure going on, right? It's a little wonky with the shoulder a little off, but this is what you want to see, definitely. And then you get above the 50 and the horizontal support. All right, try to bounce off of that. No bearish divergence going on the oscillators, right? You just have a higher high than the recent high. Good stuff, man. I got to get that soundbite, actually. The chisel, right? Good things, good things. drink some tea or whatever. My name's Obe TA, and I'm gonna give myself Zeus while you're all pissed. It's cool. Wonky, yeah, dude. Shout out to Oliver Peck. Been on Ink Master binge lately, and dude, Oliver Peck is hilarious. I know he got canceled, it's post N-word and stuff like that, but you gotta give it to him, man. He was funny. He was funny during his episodes. Let's see here. Yeah, whatever, dude. I get it. This is my stream, so if I get Zeus, then must be rigged. But yeah, ultimately here you come down, hopefully hold the 50-day on this hourly chart, and just continue the run, right? The 4-hour. That would be the real. Would that be the first confirmation of that high as support? Let me see. I mean, you closed. February 8th. Yesterday you had a 4-hour candle that did close above before falling below, but that's the thing, right? So it's like, here's what you need to consider with this. This is what the chart is telling me. It's what it's speaking to me. It got above the local high, right? That 44,000 that we need to get above. Bears tried to push it back down. Bears want this thing to go down to 30,000, right? They're just selling. They want it to go as low as possible. It couldn't get below 42,667 before getting pushed back above that support, or that resistance, I guess, right now, potentially support. So the move, if this was the bears move, this push down after this break above, it was pathetic, right? It was pathetic. And you can see it clearer on the hourly here, but back above it after an accumulation structure like this, the head and shoulders, the way you would measure this out is something like this, right? So this would be the neckline, which you have broken. Okay, so you have broken the neckline on this head and shoulders style structure, and the measured move would just be from the tip of the head, right, to the neckline. So the breakout was here. Ultimately, if this holds, you could potentially see something like this, right? Up around 45,000. Again, on the hourly time frame, which would translate into the 4-hour, which at that point, zoom out a little, that gets you right up to this support area right here at like 45,574. 45,000 though being a very psychological number. You definitely would love to get above that. Again, the zeros, the fives, you know what I'm talking about. Get above 45,000 on this little move here though. There's some significance there. Okay. And then start holding 45. Ultimately, what we could see here, I love saying the word ultimately. From the high, the all-time high, to the low, the major low that we had after all the selling, if the uptrend is in fact going on, we can expect to see moves up into the 50% retrace, 618 retrace zone. All right, the golden zone right up around here. All right, we're talking 50,000 at that point. 50,000, 52, 51, 53. Right, the 618 is like right at the $55,000 mark. So the 200-day moving average is waiting up there. That's on the daily. So the daily 200-day moving average is a very strong indicator. What I will say is that you'll notice back here, it was kind of going down, if not completely sideways. It's now sort of trending back up again. It's really good on a 200-day moving average, on a 200-day time scale. So, dude, man, if Cheezel was in here, good things. Nice. So yeah, we'll get our pullbacks. We'll test supports and hopefully hold them. But if we're talking about common retrace areas, especially if this downtrend is now over because that daily hidden bullish divergence is gone, we're talking about like a 50% retrace from the high to low at the very least, right? And then at that time, that might even just act as a resistance before coming down and holding 44 again or something, right? But that's what we'll start seeing. And in the uptrends like this, we get in on the lows, right? When they start showing hidden bullish divergence, stuff like that right down here. So that's where we'll look to get in. There's no entry on Bitcoin right now. Just doesn't make too much sense. given that you're coming up on that 45,000 mark, right? So there's no like a swing trade in there, but what we're seeing on the hourly here is a pretty good indication, especially since there's no bearish divergence going on. Let's go, dude. All right. Do we get it? Do we got that? It's Bitcoin. Let's move it to Ethereum. The little brother. Okay, I don't even know. What do I got going on here? I don't remember drawing those boxes. I don't know where they're coming from, but I guess first off, we'll address them. This box, and I'll just redo it so we can see it live. We'll do it live. F it. Let me get rid of some of these because we don't really need these below. I gotta do much better with cleaning up my charts, man. But okay, all right. Let's look at this on Ethereum. First up, notice the upper trend line that we have going on here. Okay, this guy right here. All right, we have broken it today, right here. All right, we have broken the upper trend line, which has been respected since December 1st. All right, so we're talking like 2 whole months of not being able to get up to this trend line, and we have seemingly broken it. Now we are going to come back down to test it. One other thing to note with this, the 50-day moving average, this blue line right here, matches up with it almost perfectly. So if we can hold this break, hold this upper trend line, and rally off of it, right, confirm it, we can see it better on the 4 hour, so let me move it over there. If we can hold this, we will essentially confirm the 50-day moving average and that supply line, that upper resistance line, as support. All right, and we move it to the daily. Yeah, the histogram here is starting to wane a little bit, and you are below the high from January 12th, so hidden bearish divergence technically, I guess, developing. But with how Bitcoin's looking on that hourly, if even it just gets a little bit of a rally, then Ethereum could confirm this point and get up to break its high that it needs to break to wipe out that hidden bearish divergence. And Bitcoin, I feel like, is kind of it's kind of like leading the pack. So Bitcoin broke its high and wiped out the hidden bearish divergence, seemingly wiping out the continuation to the downside. So I think Ethereum and these laggers are going to come behind it and follow it, as they do oftentimes, to break their own highs. So I believe that Ethereum will break 3,300, this resistance, especially after breaking this trend line. I don't know about now. Maybe it comes back down to try and confirm it before doing that, but ultimately I do believe it will get back up around the 200-day moving average before trying to treat it as support, right, and continue the rally. Gotta step away for a bit back in 10. Nick Taylor, change your username in the meantime. Ah, yes, it's a good idea. Nick Taylor. You don't have to, I don't know, you don't have to do it right now. You're already in the chat, right? But your usernames on YouTube, you shouldn't really use your full name. Danny's very protective over his flock. So just do what he says, all right?
Okay.
If he asks you, hey, can you change your username? Just look at him and just...
Okay.
Or I don't know, or slap him. Whatever you want to do, man. It's free country. But, yeah, so that's what we can see on Ethereum. Again, nice. Broke that trend line. On the daily, still has the potential for the hidden bearish divergence, but we're seeing some good things, and Bitcoin's looking all right. So let's move it to the 4 hour. You're at the top of this kind of channel. Okay. But you did have this flag back here, so let me clean this up so it's not so gross looking. But you want to try and break above this channel. That would be another definitive statement, because at that point you break above this trend line and the horizontal support. You do something like this, right? You break both of those. That's so insanely bullish for Ethereum, I can't even begin to describe it. And the continuation from there is basically imminent, right? But even if we're just talking about this flag on the 4 hour, I mean, this is certainly the base of it. We're talking about a measured move from the breakout. Yeah, it's putting you up at like a $3,500, $3,600 Ethereum. okay? At which point you are above that high, right? That high that we have to get above to wipe out the hidden bearish divergence. So this is exactly what you want to look for. And let's move it to the 4 hour. Do we have hidden bearish divergence? We did, but guess what it turned into? Everybody watching this, pay attention. You had hidden bearish divergence, which is a, what, Nick? It's a higher high in price with a lower high on the oscillator, okay? We certainly had that, only on the MACD. So this is another lesson in the sense that when you only have the divergence on the MACD, in my experience with this, looking at this, it's not as strong. It's not nearly as strong as getting it on the MACD and the RSI. And it's actually an indicator that hidden bullish divergence will develop as a result of the pullback. So the MACD will show the Class A bearish divergence, which is the reversal divergence, right, to the downside. But if you only get it on the MACD in an uptrend, it will most likely develop into hidden bullish divergence, which signals a continuation of the uptrend. Does that make any sense?
Right.
MACD, yes. Yes, dude. The macaroni and... I don't know. What food starts with D? Macaroni and... Dude, what food starts with D? Donuts? That's dumb, dude. That was so dumb. But yeah, man. This is what we're talking about. On the 4 hour, the Class A bearish divergence, which would signal the reversal, turned into hidden bullish divergence. Hidden bullish divergence being the higher low in price, right, that we have right here, with the lower lows on the oscillators, and then you have it on the MACD and the RSI. So weak Class A bearish divergence only on the MACD turns into hidden bullish divergence on the MACD and the RSI. So it's strong divergence. You're getting weak bearish divergence and strong bullish divergence. Does that make sense? And you thus rallied off of that. But it's also just an implication as to the trend that we're in. It is confirming that the trend is a continuation type of style, because the bearish indicators are underperforming and the bullish indicators are overperforming. You made another high, right? So when you are in an uptrend, that's what happens. Bearish indicators underperform, bullish indicators overperform. That's exactly what we're getting right now, which would imply we are in an uptrend, which would imply we take over the most recent high we're trying to get above, being $3,382. Got it? Makes sense? Dumpling. I think you're just hungry.
How can this up?
Are you not entertained?
Does that make sense, though? So, on the 4 hour, and look at this too, right? So, a testament to the validity of this bullish flag. And again, the bullish flag is just this structure that we're talking about right here, all right? So, it's just a major run up. That's the pole. The poliest of poles, right? The holy poly. Into the flag and the measured move up. What happened, though? Notice how price broke out of the flag, came down, and where did it stop? Right at the base of the top trend line of the flag. Confirmed it as support before rallying again. That's like a textbook flag. All right, beautiful. And if it's a textbook flag, then it should follow the textbook measured move, which is this. Where'd it break out? Here, right? Which would put you up around $3,600, breaking the previous high and wiping out the hidden bearish divergence on the daily. Let's go.
Are you not entertained?
Dumpling, deviled eggs. Okay, you're just naming things now. I don't even know. They're not even in the same food group. Yeah, you want to look at Cardano? We'll look at Cardano. Let's look at Cardano next, and then we'll move it to total market cap and Binance Coin. But dude, yeah, That's Ethereum, man. So the shorter time frames are implying a move up, continuation to break that prior high that we need to break on the daily. Okay. Let's look at Cardano, man. Cardano. Anybody in here, if you're enjoying the stream so far, if any of this makes sense or is helpful, please hit the like button, the bell, the subscription, join the Discord, links up at the top of the chat. All right, let's look at Cardano. So, on the daily, no bearish divergence. Okay, so no bearish divergence going on the daily. The candle, bit of an indecision candle, nothing crazy. Closing right at what was once support up here at like $1.20. So for the time being, treating it as resistance, but let's see here. Let's move it into the 4 hour to get a better look. Okay. You're enjoying, Taylor? Good. As long as you're enjoying, I'm happy. All right, for everybody else,
That's not good enough.
if it's not good enough for you, I don't know what to tell you, man. Kick rocks. But yeah, all right. 4 hour on Cardano. You had hidden bullish divergence developing. Okay. You had it on the MACD and the RSI here. All right, so again, to reiterate, I want to pound this into your brains. Well, technically, right? Only technically. Hidden bullish divergence on the MACD and on the RSI. All right, trying to get back above $1.20. You did get above the 200-day moving average again. So hopefully this continues to play out here, right? Now, the fact that you got it on the MACD and the RSI right after this kind of pennant structure that we just had, and let's throw the measured move on that too. I want to see if that got you. Okay, so the measured move got you pretty much to exactly where the top of this local structure, I guess, is right here at $1.26. So your main savior right here is the fact that you're above the 200-day moving average. You've got this little trend line going here. You would look to see $1.17 act as support right now on the way down. So as long as you can get that and get back above 120, right? You've got a good amount of support right here. Get above 120 and then hold it as support. Yeah, the continuation on Cardano will happen. The thing with Cardano that you need to consider too, with all altcoins right now, is that with Bitcoin looking pretty good, these all have a much better chance of holding the supports and continuing the rally to the upside, especially at levels that they need to get above, like $1.20. So, look, you fall below $1.20, you probably come back down to this peak here, this apex point, right down at like $1.09, maybe even back to $1. $1's so strong, Cardano, but yeah, the hidden bullish divergence didn't play out as well as like Ethereum did. So, something to note. If you're going to reverse, now is kind of the time. Because if you fall below the moving average and $1.20 again, then it's not that great. You're going to head back down to like $1.06. All right, that's this inflection point here, maybe, to treat that as support. But even then, it would be a higher low than the dollar that you've had, right? So maybe you get some hidden bullish divergence there or something. Get the continuation factor before running. But yeah, it's at a pretty important level right now. And it's playing off of its hidden bearish divergence. This one's interesting. We'll see if it can hold the 200-day moving average, man. All right, we'll see if it can hang on to this little local high that it had back here February 5th. treat it as support with the 200-day and the trend line and really get it back above $1.20 before maybe holding it and then going, okay? So tomorrow is going to be an important day for Cardano. Yeah, so here's the thing, man. If it holds, where are we at right now, on the 4 hour? If it does hold, because just look, right? Look left. Notice how many times $1.20 was treated as support. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, right? $1.20 is a strong level support. Oh, 6. Sorry, missed you there. 6. Okay, and then treated as a point of resistance back here February 21st. So, dude, you get above $1.20 and start holding it as support. Truly, the trade setup comes into play. All right. So, just wait, Nick. You want to get in on Cardano. Wait till it breaks above, confirms above $1.20, because then at that point, the next target, $1.50. Okay. And at that point, we're talking 5-to-1 odds, baby. Right? 25% risking 4.68. Okay, that's a good trade. So, confirm a break above 120. You're battling it right now. It's tough. But confirm a break above it, and that's the move, man. Stop loss down here at $1.14, right? Right below $1.20. That's the support line. And ride it up. Ride it up. First target to $1.50. Okay? And $1.50 being an inflection point back here, right? August, was that July? Early July, July 6th. Also again here. What's that? March of 2021 and April 2021. So $1.50 also psychological. So just makes sense. But yeah, man. You're back, Danny. Welcome back, dude. Happy to have you. Where you at? There you go. Oh, Nick. Nick, dude, if you're in here, this is for you, man.
Maybe you do.
Did you hear that? And then I also got this one.
Hold on.
You know what that's from. Yeah, dude. So anytime Easter, any holiday really that is appropriate for deviled eggs, your boy hooks them up. I really do. Tay makes everything else, but I do make the deviled eggs, and I whip them up. I put the mayonnaise in there. I get a little paprika, sprinkle it on there. I'm over like 2 dozen eggs, just sprinkling them, slice them up. Yeah, and they're delicious. And I don't put any celery in them because that's disgusting. Nick, you hear it? Hold on. Philly. Hold on. Yeah, man. One day we'll have like we'll have a party, all right? We'll have an Obe TA party or something. Everybody that's involved in the community is invited. I will make my deviled eggs. I will bring the sponsored Voodoo Ranger because it is free for me, right? And we'll have a good time. We'll get like a big screen. We'll pull up some charts or something. I don't know. Hold on. Right, so this is actually good, right? This actually fits. Do we want to take the trade on Cardano? We want to wait until it breaks $1.20 and really breaks above it, right? Confirms it. Right now, we're Doug Peterson.
Hold on.
We're holding on. We don't want to buy it right now.
Hold on.
Maybe it breaks above, right?
Maybe you do.
Maybe you do. But right now, I need you to drop the weapon, i.e. your buy button, and step away from Sergeant Sullivan. All right?
Oh my God.
Let's go. Hold on. I'll bring some snacks. Hope you like bean dip. Hope you like bean dip. Oh, Shallow Hal. Good movie. It's free because I always buy it. You know what? Whatever. That's not even true. Okay? You do shopping behind my back a lot, so you'll buy it. But your boy hooks it up. Your boy buys groceries. Okay? Cardano. Hang on to that 200-day moving average. You like that you're above it. Again, same kind of concept, right? You got above the 200-day. Yay. Bear said, nope. We're going to push you down.
Nope.
Push them down. Pathetic. You're back above it, right? So a pathetic attempt by the bears to get you below the 200-day moving average. You got right back above it, and now you're going to try and hold it. but this is a good sign that it didn't just dump, right? After confirming below the 200-day moving average. So let's see, man. Battle for $1.20 right now. Get above it and could be Treasure Island, right? Bring with burger supplies or just come here. Nick, I got fish. Oh, dude, me too. Hey, you see that little lit up thing back there? They're probably having seizures and stuff because of my strobe light or my LED or whatever. I don't think they like that. I'm probably not good for them, but I do feed them well and I give them lots of love. Tay, that's a good idea. I can bring my fish over to your house and put them in your fish tank and they can hang out and play, right? Let's go. Fish date. Weird. Never heard of it, but I'm down. All right, let's move it to Binance Coin. Again, dude, just notice, look, all right, if you need a lesson in penance here, and we're not talking Mike penance, we're talking penance on the chart, not the former VP as a poll, this, okay. Anyway, notice how price reacts at the apex of the pennant, this thing, the point, right? That's one of the major metrics of the pennant, is that when price does come down, if it doesn't treat the top of the pennant as support, it at least needs to hold the apex, the point. And if it can and does, then we go bye-bye. The other thing with the pennant here, that apex, right, lines up pretty perfectly with this low back here from January 10th, dude. So just multiple factors to throw on the pile to confirm a level of support. And when the support does hold, the argument for the uptrend is stronger. Got it? On the 4-hour for Binance Coin, we certainly have hidden bullish divergence going on. All right, so really good. Even if you count this consolidation period, the pennant as a low, you still made like the exact same low at support with much higher levels of negative momentum before continuing or moving up. And you're also on the 4-hour above the 200-day moving average right now, testing it, trying to hold it as support. So tomorrow could go, honestly, one of two ways, right? Because you're in the middle of this range between 432 and 406. If it holds the 200-day moving average, then it could be blast off. Because at that point, you break horizontal 432 and this major trend line, this upper trend line, this UTL that you've had back here from December 1st, right? You break the horizontal end that trend line, you're going straight to 500. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, you're going straight to that high, the daily high, right, that all the coins need to get above to wipe out their hidden bearish divergence arguments. Okay? So, if you could do that, then, you know, you're golden. But, I don't know. Where did the pennant put the measure move here? It's locked in. It's happening. All right. I'll tell you, dude. I got a. I don't know what Moira is. I think she's like an angelfish or something. But she's a big old broad, man. She's no one to play with. All right. So if your fish are feeling a little aggressive, feeling a little froggy, I'll also bring my sucker fish because they're like literally savages. They're beasts. But yeah, if the measure move is any indication, and we'll be conservative here, so we'll bring it up from that little low wick here, the breakout puts it up around 45. But again, right, if the measured move is an implication, all we need to do is break 432 in this trend line, and it's 500, right? So if the measured move puts you up at 482, 483, whatever, it puts you over 432, which probably sends you to 500, okay? So that's what I mean. These pennants and flags and stuff couldn't have come at a more perfect time. And then we're also confirming the apex as supports, right? Above the 50-day moving average. It's just looks good, man. With hidden bullish divergence. Like, come on. Send fish pics. All right, dude, don't be a pervert. She's only like 2. She's only like 2 years old. But, yeah, man, so continuation implied on the 4-hour for Binance Coin. If continuation is implied, you haven't even gone positive in momentum yet. If you just continue going up and go positive in momentum, you will break this, okay? And you will break this, and maybe you pull back before you go to 500, but ultimately 500 is the next major level, okay? So again, break 432, you can take a stop.
On me, smile.
No way, let's go.
Money.
Nova Lover, what was it? 101. Tip $5. Voodoo's on me. So the channel's sponsored by Voodoo. Technically, the Voodoo is already free, but we'll take that. We like that. Let's go. Thank you, Nova Lover 101, whoever you are. All right, let's, yeah, where are we at? Binance Coin. Okay. Yeah, man, it looks good. The 4-hour looks good. Let's move to the hourly, all right? See if we can try to negate that. What just happened? Why is this down here now? Don't know. Anyway, the 1 hour, trying to hold on to the 50-day moving average right now. Let's see. So the 1 hour actually has some bearish divergence going on. Okay, so the 1 hour, if you've got this high, right? You're selling off this lower high with higher high on. Look at this. All right, pay attention again. What did I just say? If it's only on the MACD, it's weak. It's a weak argument, which will potentially turn into hidden bullish divergence. Because again, look, you don't have it on the RSI. You only have it on the MACD on the hourly time frame. So weak Class A bearish divergence going on the hourly, and then hidden bullish divergence going on the 4-hour, right? Strong in an up. We're potentially back in an uptrend, right? So you see what I'm saying? We're getting weak signals of bearish divergence in the uptrend. So yeah, we might get a slight pullback, and we might even pull back down to like 406, right? To try and hold that and confirm it as support again. But ultimately, the overall feel and indicators are implying continuation to the upside. So break 4032, $500. Or come back down, test 406. Break 406, and I mean, what? 391, around there. Okay, but it looks much more bullish than bearish, all right? At least on the 4-hour, which is all we need when we're this close to major resistance. Move to the total. Total market cap. Also getting, right, hidden bullish divergence. Okay, well, if we consider this consolidation level, this little flag of its own, higher low, lower low on the oscillator, okay? Price is moving up while negative momentum is higher. And again, we don't just have it on the MACD, we have it on the RSI as well, dude. Strong on the 4-hour continuation, okay? This is exactly where you need to be seeing stuff like that, because we're at the 50-day moving average on the daily, and we need to get above this high back here from January, right? This, we need to get above that to wipe out the hidden bearish divergence argument. The 4-hour is on our side, and if the 4-hour is on our side, it would confirm the above the 50-day moving average, right? The 50-day moving average won't act as resistance. We'll get above it and break above it and get above the high, right? And again, if Bitcoin is an indicator, because Bitcoin is right here, right? If there was a map and it said you are here, Bitcoin's like here. So Bitcoin got above it, and Bitcoin is the market mover. So if Bitcoin wiped out its hidden bearish divergence, everything else is just lagging behind right now and will get up there as well. They will also take out their highs to signal the hidden bearish divergence. You see what I'm saying? Does that make any sense?
Right.
I was going for weird, and you made it extra weird. That's just what we do.
Nice.
Okay? We're not afraid to get weird over here.
Nope.
But does that make sense? Can somebody say if that makes sense? Did anything I just said resonate? Did it make sense? Did you understand? Give me some feedback here, people. But yeah, that 4 hour is on our side here. Okay, we like this a lot. So hold it, hold the trend line. Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
Wait a minute, something ain't right.
No, everything is right now. Okay, it did. Cool, Danny, thank you, appreciate it. Somebody else is in here. I see 4 viewers. You get a spin, dude. You get a spin. Don't go. This will determine your fate literally for the rest of your life. Unfortunately. Sorry, friend. But, yeah. Total market cap. Continuation implied on the 4 hour. And where's that local high at? $2.127 trillion. This high back here from January 13th. Get above it. Let's do it. Go. Now. Looking tough. Dude, that's right. Let's take a look at its hourly. You know, let's move it to the weekly, actually. The weekly. Now, this is what's strong about the weekly, right? The weekly is at the 50-day moving average right now. Okay, trying to get above it. Get the weekly above that. Again, longer time frame. You know, we could really, truly be in a real uptrend that goes to all-time highs. It's not a joke with this kind of stuff. The downtrend is getting disrespected. Okay, the daily hidden bearish divergence is not playing out on Bitcoin. So these alts will overtake their highs. They will continue up. On the weekly, let's see what do you got. No way. Look, dude, on the weekly, you've got hidden bullish divergence developing on the weekly. You understand? On a weekly time frame, after a candle pattern like this, a Japanese candlestick like this, right? Not really a morning, I mean, kind of a morning star. The wicks are a little long. Almost a morning doji star type of situation going on here with the long red indecision with the big, right? The big weekly candle going on there. Again, ultimately, what this is saying at this moment is that bears pushed it down below 1.75 trillion, right? And then bulls, it was only there for a short time. It got pushed all the way down to 1.5. Only there for a short time before rallying right back above it over the next 2 weeks, dude. Bulls are just...
Nope.
You think you're going to get it below 1.75?
Nope.
Nah. Nope. Above it. Way above it. Above local, I mean, you'll probably see it on the daily. But look left, right? These peaks back here even, you're above the peaks. Above supports. All right, the whole market could sell off, come back down, and hold the support back here from January 11th. Possible, right? This is exactly what you want to see. Resistance being broken. Bearish indicators underperforming. Okay, this is what we want to argue a real uptrend. Okay. But yeah, 4 hour hidden bullish divergence. Continue your rally up to 2.12 trillion. And the 1 hour, no bearish divergence. No bearish divergence on the 1 hour. So maybe it comes down a little bit tomorrow because it's rallied. Hold on to the 50-day moving average and this trend line before reversing maybe the next day or something and just continuing to the upside. So there will be trade setups coming in because major resistances are about to be broken. And once those are broken and confirmed, we're in. We set the stop loss below the resistance that just broke. And Bob's your uncle. You know what I mean? It's much more fun when we're heading up, right? Okay. And this is why this is a good lesson also. It's not so easy to just time the very bottoms all the time. You don't always know. It's good to just get the confirmation of bearish indicators underperforming and all that stuff, right? That's what tells you we're in an uptrend. And that's when you start taking positions on the dips on the way up. Okay. So let's go. Let's move it to, let's take a look at Solana. Move to the daily. So rejecting, for the time being, this major support back here, right? At, what, 115? Okay, that's the level that you want to get above. So again, ultimately you need to get above 150, this up here, to wipe out the hidden bearish divergence argument. So Solana's got a ways to go, where like Ethereum is approaching, some other altcoins are closer, right? Solana's kind of underperforming and struggling a little bit with getting back above this support resistance at 115. So let's move it to the 4 hour. So again, Solana also had a pennant here. Okay, on the 4 hour, this little run up here before, you know, creating that symmetrical triangle after a major run up. That's what a pennant is. Fell below its apex point a little bit, but was caught by the 50-day moving average. So getting some support. Okay, it's back above the apex point. Good. Treating this little recent high here as support. Okay. And what you'll notice with Solana is, look at all the negative momentum that was going on, and yet it just made a slightly lower low, right? So there's no divergence or anything necessarily, but it's encouraging to see the amount of selling that was going on, only to make a very slight lower low. All right, and the momentum has been waning towards the upside since it got to the 50-day moving average. So look, you're right at the 115 mark. Okay, again, it's not a time to take a position on Solana, because if it can't break above, because it also has that 200-day moving average right there, if it can't break above, it's going to have a hard dump. But if it can, then we're in business, and 150 is the next spot. But you want to wait until it does break 115. Just like officially break it. Break it, take the position, you know, I don't know, here maybe even. Maybe it's at like 120, all right? You don't have to get 115 on the dot, but you get in, you put the stop loss right below the major support at that point, and then just put your first target up at the next level that makes sense, right? 150. And then we're talking risking 5% for a 24% upside, 4.521 returns. That's it. Got it? That's what we do in uptrends. That's what we do when we're seeing hidden bullish divergence. Okay, stuff like that. Again, this is not formal hidden bullish divergence, but the amount of negative momentum and then holding the 50-day moving average, it's good. All right, that's a strong indicator that the 50-day moving average is acting as a strong support at a very, very important level and trending upwards. So maybe we get a golden cross on the 4 hour at some point. I don't know. Let's move it to the hourly, see if there's anything else going on there. No Class A bearish divergence, which is really good. Above the 200-day moving average, trying to hold on to the 50. So the 1 hour looks pretty good as well. It did reject out, but there was no divergence or anything. So it might just hold on to the 50-day or the 50 moving average on the hourly, or maybe it even comes down and tests and holds the 200-day. What this is looking like it's going to do is it looks like it's going to paint something like this, right? It looks like it's going to paint an inverse head and shoulders on the hourly. Okay, something like this, right? Which is exactly what you want to see. So you start seeing accumulation here, maybe with some hidden bearish divergence. Some hidden bullish divergence at that point. But if negative momentum continues down a little bit to that shoulder, yeah, 115 is getting broken for sure if that happens. And then we look for the entry on Solana. Got it? But not yet. Not right now. All right? We're Doug Peterson right now.
Hold on.
Dang, I feel like I'm taking too long with this. Let's move it to a stock, unless anybody has a specific crypto or something they want me to take a look at. But let's move to the S&P 500, take a look at that, because that's also doing some interesting stuff. Okay, ultimately playing off of the bullish shark pattern that we had going here. Right, coming up to its 50-day moving average, above its 200-day moving average, which is good. That's really important for the S&P 500, which is, you know, the overall market. But yeah, trying to come up to test the 50-day moving average. You are above this peak, this inflection point right here, back from September 3rd, which is really good. All right. There's no, let's see here. This is your high. You've got kind of a, look at this, right? You had kind of a lower high going on. Now you are above, right? You're above this high, this shoulder back here from the all-time high, really is, or no, I'm sorry, not the all-time high. This shoulder from January 13th. Okay, so, dude, it's fighting. Maybe it comes down and fills this gap, all right? But being above the 200-day moving average is important for the overall market, and the fact that you were only below it for such a little amount of time and held this support back here from October 1st, it's a good sign of the market overall, right? Of stocks. Unbelievable. We're at record level. We just hit 30 trillion in debt. We just hit, I think, 1 trillion in credit card debt or something like that. It's fucking Cody and Spotify. Got it. We're on it like a bonnet. Sorry. Is that cool? Maybe not. I don't know.
Shut up, bitch!
I'll give it to myself here. All right. But the S&P 500, man, looks good. Let's take a look at the weekly on it real quick. Holding the 50-day moving average on the weekly. No divergence or anything. No, like, hidden bullish divergence. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see if this can continue what it's doing. But that gap might fill down to 45.14 or something. As long as it doesn't fall below this peak, you're probably good. If it treats this peak as support, then yeah, that's a strong indicator of the market overall. I'm just, you know, whatever. This market just can't be killed, you know, until the day of reckoning where you see something like this or something. I don't know, and the reality hits maybe. Cody, let's take a look at Cody. Yep. Do I have it on? I don't think I have it on the stream list here, so let's do this. Cody. RIP to Kobe, which is what I was going for there. Anywho, look at the daily first. Positive momentum building. You do not have bearish divergence. Okay, you've got a higher high on the RSI. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on a sec.
Hold on.
So you have a higher high on the RSI, and the price is slightly lower at the moment, but the MACD is building positive momentum again, all right? As is the RSI, all right? You can see this little lower low that kind of formed, right? So not a big deal, but let's see. Positive momentum's building again. So until that starts waning, there's no bearish divergence on the 4 hour. So let's move it, or I'm sorry, on the daily. So let's move it to the 4 hour. The 4 hour. Bit of a shooting star candle here. Okay, this is what this is, called a shooting star. So that is a bearish candle, reversal to the downside. You do have the 200-day moving average right down here at what? 0.31 cents, 31.6 cents. So you've got the 200-day moving average on your side. All right. That would look to act as a level of support. And then, let me see here. We're counting this little red candle. Don't have your classic hidden bullish divergence, but look at this. Okay. Danny, take a look at this. Notice how you do, in fact, definitely have Class A bearish divergence right here. So you have a higher high in price with a lower high on the MACD on the oscillator. All right, that signals a continuation to the downside. Move it to the 4 hour, or the RSI. You also had it on the RSI. So you had MACD and RSI Class A bearish divergence. What you should look at, though, is how low did this low get, right? How low can you go? It's not much lower. That's not like a good reversal. A real reversal puts you substantially below the low that you had right here, right? It sends you back down to like these kind of lows, like a real strong Class A bearish divergence. It puts you down farther. It puts you down at least to this point back here, right? This major support level at what, 28.9 cents. Didn't get you there. Made a slightly lower low before rallying, getting back above the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. So it's like there's a bearish indicator, and yet you still got above the 50 and the 200-day while making a slightly lower low. All right, so in my opinion, that strong bearish indicator underperformed. And when strong bearish indicators underperform, that tells me that we are in more of an uptrend, continuing to the upside, than selling off, dumping, continuing down to the downside, breaking support, stuff like that, right? So on the 4 hour, you don't have the traditional good hidden bullish divergence or anything, but it's still not bad, right? And let's move it to the hourly, okay? Because on the hourly, we actually got this this type of flag structure going on here, right? You see what I'm saying? Good. Makes sense? Nice. Let's go.
Nice.
All right. Ultimately, though, again, here we go with saying ultimately. You had this flag, right? And the flag, the way to look at the flag is you have a major run up, and where it should pull back, right? When you have major runs, we're supposed to correct a little bit, right? It just makes sense. The momentum is waning to the downside, and yet look at where price is going, right? You can see that price is trending up while the momentum is going down all the way into the red, right? Still trending up. So that in itself is its own form of divergence. That's what flags that's what they really represent. Just consolidation in general represents, if there's negative momentum and it's just going sideways, it's very weak selling. Very, very weak selling, which is very good in the conditions that we're in right now. All right, so move it to the hourly again. Let's see. So the hourly actually did have some hidden bearish divergence. Okay, so from this high to this lower high, we're talking, right, higher high. Let me clear this up a little bit. So we had a higher high and it's selling down, right? But we've got the 50-day moving average below us. We've got the 200-day moving average below us. The stop isn't until 29.3 cents, okay? So that's the whole point of this setup here. You don't really care what it does in between. You let it ride until it gets stopped out. You've got supports below you, and for the moment, you are seemingly trying to hold this little area of consolidation as support, all right? So we'll see what happens, man, but if this is all it's got, this push down to 29.5 cents at the lowest, right? Barely a lower low than the low you had here on the 6th. It's a good indication that upside will happen on Cody, right? That it won't get stopped out. It tried to stop it out. This was the move that tried to stop it out right here. If bears were going to stop it out, this was the time. With the bearish divergence and everything, didn't happen, right?
Nope.
Leave it alone. Have your stop loss in place, but this is exactly why the setups are set the way they are, right? You set it and forget it. You know you're risking 8.5% for a 19% upside, and then you take your first target, right? Does Pizza Hut have a stock? I don't think so, actually. Nick, let's look at Spotify though. All right, but that's Cody, man. Okay, still fine, right at its entry point, so it's all good. Let's look at Spotify. Invalid symbol. Let's go here. All right. Spotify was doing its weird stuff, right? It just had its earnings, right? February 2nd, it had its earnings, gapping all over the place like Michael Strahan. Okay. Let's see. Yum. Oh, it's owned by Yum? Yeah, Yum Brands does own Taco Bell. That's the case. They also own Pizza Hut? Interesting. Let's see here, dude. All right, so look, just first off, for Spotify, took it up from my boy Joe Rogan, dude. Free my boy Joe, dude. If you don't like Joe Rogan, man, you don't watch his podcast, honestly. If you're for canceling him, there's no easier way to say that you have never watched Joe Rogan than agreeing that he should be canceled over this crap that's going on right now. It's so ridiculous. But anyway, Spotify. Yeah, you're showing some Class A bullish divergence, man. Okay, so you've got a lower low in price, rallied off of it, bullish engulfing candle on February 4th. We're looking at the 4-hour, but move it to the RSI. PZZA. Look it up. Papa John's. Wait, Papa John's or Pizza Hut? Which one are we talking about? You want me to look at Pizza Hut or Papa John's? Of course their ticker is PZZA. Oh, could you be any less original?
Nice.
I kind of like it, actually. Imagine you got the pizza ticker. But yeah, man, so showing exhaustion of selling down at this level. Move it to the daily, see if we've got any kind of historical. Yep. Look at these peaks, man. Look at these peaks. Okay. Back on, what is this? August 1st? January 9th? Can you be apathetic towards him? Apathetic. Doesn't that mean like, I mean, if it's opposite of sympathetic, what does that mean? Like you just don't care? I guess, right? Isn't that what that means? Synonyms or antonyms? Is that the antonym? The antonym of sympathetic? To be honest, dude, I kind of forget what apathetic even means. I feel like it's the antonym to sympathetic, but yeah. So you just don't care, I guess, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fine too, right? You don't have to care about Joe Rogan, right? Yeah, but yeah, root word is apathy. Okay, root word, nice. Yes, English. But I thought you broke there, dude. Almost for a sec. Yeah, I had to really like dig deep to think about my old English teachers. They'd probably be pretty disappointed right now, but I always did well in English, so F them. Sorry, Miss Crosby, or whatever your name was. But yeah, dude, you're holding these peaks back here, okay? These major inflection points. That's definitely a level of support that you would look for. From the major low, let's go ahead and throw a Fibonacci on here. Around the 786. No way, dude. You have a Gartley? You have a Gartley down here. All right, went a little bit lower than it, but you have a Gartley going on Spotify, so one of the strongest patterns that exist as far as harmonics are concerned. So what you want to see off of the Gartley essentially is if you, well, let me not cheat on the C point here. Make it legit. All right, so throw it on the C point. 50% retrace from C to the bottom, the pattern completion zone here. Puts you back up around 230, 233. Probably at least to this little inflection point back here. This, like right here. Down at around like $200, right? So, yeah, stuff like this. Maybe it comes up, hits the 236 before coming down and confirming. Dude, that would be the dream setup for Spotify, but if not, right, if it doesn't do that and it just does reverse, you get at least to the 382 or something. Okay, at that point, that's like a 26% gain. So, dude, I like what I'm seeing down here on Spotify. Yeah, and why did it even dump? Did it dump over all of this controversy stuff? Right, this is just gonna blow over. It's dumb, right? Reactionary stuff. Yes. Dude, Neil Young, I like Neil Young, man. I like his music. Old man, take a look at my life, right? So you know that I'm legit. I like Neil Young. But, nah, he's not gonna hurt Spotify, dude. I heard it beautifully, man. like yesterday. Joe Rogan is not on Spotify's platform. Spotify is on Joe Rogan's platform. You understand what I'm saying? This guy has like 11.5 million listeners. Every podcast, every subscribers, whatever. They're on his platform. If they drop him, he could go start his own thing. He's got $100 million deals going on from that other new social media company or whatever that just started up. Dude, Joe, he's fine. Spotify doesn't want to lose him. He doesn't care if they drop him. He will be totally fine. He's got enough of a following where he will be good to go. So don't get it twisted, right? Spotify is on Joe Rogan's platform. All right, so he'll be okay. No one cares about Neil Young leaving Spotify. Sorry to say. No one cares about any other these old artists leaving either. They don't care. Rogan is the cash cow. So it's also just a good dude. He's just a good guy. Rocking in the free world. Oh, dang. Oh, yeah, wow. I didn't even think about that. I had some Neil Young in a couple of my playlists, too. So I guess I guess that's gone. Okay. Sayonara, dude. Wouldn't want to buy Yanara. But, what are we looking at? Spotify? Dude, Spotify at a major level of historical horizontal support. Pattern completion zone of a bullish Gartley. A major bullish Gartley. This is a big boy. Alright? That's a big pattern. And, yeah, that 50% retrace from C to D gets you right up around $200, gets you right up around the 200-day moving average. They smashed their earnings. So if this is a result of just the controversy going on with Joe Rogan, yeah, dude, Spotify's fine. Fundamentally and technically at a beautiful spot to long it, okay? Cool. Neil Young, you're lost, dude.
Nice.
What else? What are we looking at? Pizza Hut or Pizza Hut? I don't know which one. Let me take a look at a crypto again real quick. Let's take a look at Wi-Fi. I just want to check in on it. Unless anybody has something they want me to take a look at. But Wi-Fi still didn't get stopped out. Good. Hidden bullish divergence playing out. Seemingly a little bit weak though. All right. So notice how the momentum is shifting back towards the downside. Same high, lower high on the oscillators. Yuck. Don't really want to see that. If Bitcoin can continue and rally, Wi-Fi will go, right? And Wi-Fi needed to get above this peak back here, this 26,934 mark, right, for the rising three valleys. So the rising three valleys is the pattern. This is Bulkowski stuff. But it's a low, a higher low, and then you guessed it, three valleys, another higher low, right? So the pattern is confirmed with a break of the highest peak up here. This one, right? So it broke that peak, confirmed, it didn't break it. So if you're coming down, you also rejected, what kind of resistance are you at? You're right here. You're at this resistance, this inflection point back from September 24th. So you gotta hope that this neckline of this inverse head and shoulders that we had earlier, prior to the rising three valleys, so this inverse head and shoulders. Dude, this music, let's go.
Money. Hold on. Hold up.
Yeah, I've been in the United States.
Cool. Hold the neckline, man. Hold this neckline of this inverse head and shoulders, that yellow line, right? Hold that. Hold up. There we go. Hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. Yeah, but hold that up and hold the neckline, rally, and break that peak. Rising three methods, valid. Bring it from the lowest peak to the highest peak that you had. That's the measured move. The breakout would put you up around above the second target at like 31, 32,000. Okay, and again, if Bitcoin is any indicator, we need Wi-Fi to get back above this consolidation period up here around like 33,000, 34,000. You can just get above this inflection point back from September 23rd. We're good. All right, confirm above that, hold it. It looks okay for right now. The bearish divergence is a little bit but we'll see. Yeah. Guys, it's been an hour, 19 minutes. All right, it's National Pizza Day. I want some pizza. We've got it coming. You should get some pizza as well. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, if it was helpful, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Join the Discord up there. The link is at the top of the chat. Join the Instagram, all of the Twitter, right? Join the community. I'll be in there 24/7 answering any questions. If you want me to take a look at something in there, I'll be happy to do so. But yeah, join that stuff. Again, like, bell, sub, help the community out. And I will be back on Friday. Okay? Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. Keep it real. Keep it chill. Keep it fresh. But more important than all of those, always keep it technical. All right? Peace.
Nice!
Okay.
Right.